Greetings. Now, by the end of tonight's stream, we'll have 12 whole Bobzee hours. That's enough to take up half a day, where we inspect and scrutinise a host of deceptive media outlets, which we've bunched together and call mainstream media. In this episode, we're going to look at the pledges of allegiance that all these outlets present. They come in weird and wonderful ways, involving numbers being got in, hand gestures, and, as strange as this may seem, darn right weird ears. Welcome to another Bobzee Zines live stream. Please let us know in the live chat any thoughts you may have on this, any observations of your own, or if you just want to say hi and let us know you're watching. It's always good to see you in the chat. Speaking of which, I want to say hello to Joker Man, as someone who I've had the pleasure of being able to help put some content out. We're going to have a look at his channel like we did on Sunday, no doubt in this stream, along with another media content producer who he's introduced me to, called the Chris Brown Project. So before the end of the hour, we will have a look at both those channels, both ones I would recommend. But back to this episode. Well, on my last stream on Sunday night, the wonderful Michelle from Oz left a comment in the live chat. By the way, Michelle was a previous Open Lines guest, which I'm going to get onto in a minute. She shared a link that I didn't see until after we'd finished the stream, when I was compiling the show links, because I'm not sure if you've never looked at the description of this video. I do put links to any videos we look at or any tweets we particularly cover. You can find links to all of these things in the live chat. Oh yeah, the link Michelle shared on Sunday, thanks by the way, was about Elon Musk pledging his allegiance in a very particular way. And although the link is from InfoWars, something which we see that the hosts of InfoWars certainly make their own pledges. I can say that for sure. But we're gonna take a look at that link in a sec. Jokerman says you see two cats. Yeah, those two cats that we saw in the introduction, which is in the video playing in the background now. That was pink and blue. They used to come and, they originally came from over the road, but one of the cats is the mother to the other one, even though they look the same size. In fact, the baby's bigger than the mother in this video. Neither with us any longer, unfortunately. But yeah, thanks for noticing them, Joker Man. I appreciate that. Yeah, the home we live in, we've been invaded by, but we welcome them into our home, of course. Cats, we've got like 6 that regularly come to us for food. We are grateful that God blesses us with the ability to feed them. So, they always know that. I think they consider our place a 24-hour all-you-can-eat buffet, but we don't mind that. We appreciate their company. Okay, back to the link Michelle from Oz shared. Let me bring up the screen. There, we just saw the cats then, actually. Oh yeah, I also better apologise for the delay into tonight's stream, actually. I scheduled for 8:30. It got to about 8:45 before it's 8:45 now and we're only just beginning. Jokerman says a witch killed your cat. That's disgraceful. I'm sorry to hear that. And more like InfoWars. Yeah, we've got absolutely beautiful black cats. Oh, don't get me started on cats, because I will not be able to switch off. If you watch most of my live streams up until, I would say, January 2020 was of, would involve in some reason or another from September to December. We're constantly featuring cats just because they were such a active part in our life. But yeah, I'm sorry that that happened to your cat. If you want to tell us more, feel free. Right. Elon Musk's Pledge of Allegiance. Yeah, Sundays are certainly the night where you might wait to tune in if you want to see pictures of cats. Right. Let me bring up my display so we can... yeah, this is what Michelle shared with us. As I say, News Wars, Info Wars. This is who... I don't know if you can see this. Yeah, Elon Musk is an absolute snake. I'm not sure what the situation is, but if this is meant to be Halloween, this is their Halloween celebration that Musk and his family made sure they took pictures of and put on their Instagram account. This is Elon Musk wearing a Baphomet outfit. The Baphomet, it's something that clearly gets a lot of allegiances pledged to it. I can tell you that. Whether you... Yeah, it's satanic worship. So proud is Elon of this, that he actually uses this image as his profile picture on Twitter. Let me just show you this. Yeah, you can see he's got this disgusting Baphomet top on in his... Anyone who uses Twitter, I'm guessing, just like myself, must get flooded with pictures of Elon because they're constantly sending this filth out. Upside down cross. The cross itself is, you could say graven images would certainly come to mind when you think of the cross, and no more so when they put it on the skull of a bull or, whatever, a goat, of course. Very strange. And he made it a point of posing for dozens of press photographs showing off the costume. This, of course, is Elon's Pledge of Allegiance. So, considered important, is it, that InfoWars or News Wars, whatever they want to call themselves, make sure they share the story with us. I want to say hello to Angela Poriski. Good to see you in the live chat. Not a name I've seen in the chat for a while, so it's really appreciate you tuning in tonight, Angela. Thank you. It's not clear what Musk was supposed to be dressed as. Well, he's dressed as a person that worships the Baphomet. What do you think he is? It's not clear what he's come dressed as. A Satan worshipper. I don't know how much more obvious we can make it. For Heidi Klum celebration, keep in mind that between Tesla cars, nanochip technology, Starlink, more lies, Elon has been pushing what's considered the forefront of transhumanist technology, while at the same time criticising the movement. Transhumanist, what they're talking about is robotics, bots, it's a population of entities that dominate platforms like Twitter, like YouTube, like Facebook, no doubt. Every mainstream media platform will have bots flooding it. It's quite depressing to think, Twitter, an account, a place I use fairly regularly. I think I'm just under 200 followers, and to think that, 90% of them are probably just fake accounts. For all the interaction I have with them, they might as well be. Right, well, it's... and then I'm not going to inflict an InfoWars story on you, because these pictures say it all. I'm not... but yeah, thank you to Michelle for sharing these, quite disturbing images. They certainly let us know what they are, and no mistake. Speaking of Elon Musk, actually, his partner, I constantly bring up his partner. I said in the introduction, one of the typical pledges of allegiance that these celebrities seem to do is one involving, I don't know if you call it a pledge of allegiance. They just got to show themselves with absolute unusual shaped ears. I don't know who came up with this. It was a picture I saw on Twitter. By the way, it's not this one, but more of the same. Well, I don't know. You may not say it's undeniable. You seriously think this person is pregnant? No, not a chance. Plastic fake belly button from start to finish. They all do it. There's no celebrity beyond wearing one of these fake bellies, by the way. Sorry, I've gone slightly off track, but yeah, that is all for the cameras, as it were. Yeah, got Katy Perry wearing them. We've had Elsa Hosk, who I'm not sure if you're familiar with that. She's the Victoria's Secret Angel or something, whatever they call themselves. I don't know. Our greetings to Mudlark digging up the Thames. Always good to see you in the live chat. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, the tweet. Elon Musk's partner. Now, bear in mind, this image we're going to see supposedly is called out as photoshopped, which is kind of ridiculous when you consider the real thing. Yeah, this isn't Elon Musk's girlfriend, but you will notice something about them. They've got, I mean, yeah. This is, I don't know if you can recognise who this was. I couldn't actually. Yeah. My comment was, it looks like Ariana Grande, and despite 58 people seeing that tweet, not one single person confirmed it was Ariana Grande. Wow, what a thriving platform Twitter is. Anyway. Yeah, they share other pictures of her. And this is the real image. But if we look closely, you can see her ears. Where's the one where it shows her ears? She's got angel wings tattooed on the back of them. I don't know if we'll see it in this image though. Let's have a look. No, it doesn't show up, but whether they're temporary or whether it's legit, I don't know, but she does end up with tattoos. Where is it? We'll do a search for Ariana Grande and you'll see them for yourself. Ariana Grande, ear tattoos. I don't know how temporary they might have been, or whether they're, something she's always got, but there is some sort of print on the inside of the ear. Angel wings, I don't know. And then when you look at some of the other entities, I assume it's on both ears and isn't some sort of birthmark, but who knows. When I first saw it, I assumed it was an angel wing. Yeah, how much does this person look like grimy? I will do a quick side-by-side comparison. This is Ariana. Right, I don't actually know Elon's. I think she's a musician or something. And there is just an uncanny resemblance. I don't know if you see it. But in that picture we saw on Twitter where she looked all skin and bone, I would say that is where she looks most like this person here, I think, with the exact same yeah. These people attend Heidi Klum Halloween parties dressed as the Baphomet, apparently. Just having a look at the chat. Angela says Grimes, Elon's ex, is one very bizarre person. Yes, of course she is. I mean, I don't know much. What's her actual name? Oh, it's an ex-girlfriend now. Yeah, all the images they put up on social media are typical of everything you see from these, as I said earlier. I would say it's media outlets that are putting this content out. It isn't this woman here in the red, Grimes, whatever she really is called. I'm still yet to find out her first name. Unless that is it. Yeah, this she hasn't personally decided to, take these images. They are, in my opinion, put together by production companies all the way. Yeah, here's the area. Interesting, they show an animated version of the Facebook owner, or what's the guy called? Zuckerberg, because that is exactly what he reminds me of when I see him. And that they've got these two people side by side is no surprise, I don't think. Anyway, yes, that's I don't know. Is that the same? Very long, straight jaw and bumpy chin. Let's have a look at. This is Ariana with the same, I don't know, slightly different chin. Yeah, there is all part of the same people. No doubt we will see images of Ariana pledging her allegiance. I doubt we'd have to look too far to see it. I mean, she took part, or she was involved in a situation, an event that happened in 2017, which, while following that, it absolutely boosted her career. She certainly benefited from that being a thing. The Manchester Arena attack, her name was, she was a household name following that event. Let's see if there's an image of her with Elon Musk. I wouldn't be too surprised to see them in the same room together. No. Okay, maybe not. Yeah, I'm not sure Ariana, whether she's had done the whole fake baby thing. I wouldn't be surprised to find out she had. Of course, Elon has. And another example of the made-up baby, I came across this headline when I was looking for content. Daily Motion. Woo Globe are the people that put this video out. Cutest thing ever. Swaddled up newborn baby boy tries so hard to talk to his mom. It's impossible to describe the cuteness on display in this video. Well, you're just about to describe it. A swaddled up newborn is seen trying his best to have a heart-to-heart conversation with his mom, but he just makes cooing sounds. Throwback to when my son was a baby. At the time, he was desperately trying to talk to me. Jane Dixon told Woo Globe. She's a filmmaker. I don't know who this person is, but they give us some details about her. I'm sure this video probably came from. Right, let's put it. I hate to point this out, but look at those ears. Look familiar to you? But forget the misshapen ears as you see them ripple in front of your very eyes. Look at the mouth. The mouth is the, what I would say, giveaway on this one, as well as the whole face. I haven't got the audio on, but if I did, you would hear that the noises coming out of the baby do not kind of line up with the gestures it is making. I don't know. You may think this is the cutest thing ever, and no way are Woo Globe you know, misleading us on anything in this article. Yeah, look at the mouth as it glitches in and out. See that? Suddenly becomes all rippled. Right, I certainly hope you can see that. Let me just yeah, well, by the way, I want to say hello to Maria Ellender in the live chat. Good to see you. Mudlark asks, did you see Princess Anne wore a feather in her hat to block out Harry's face at the coronation? Yeah, we could have another look at the coronation tonight, as yeah, the stories are constantly dominating the media, and well, yeah, I'm certainly happy to look at images from the coronation. It's not. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I want to finish looking at the glitchy-mouthed baby first before we do that. I hope you can see that. I mean, this is even this woman's face. Let's not forget that has, you know, appears to have some sort of overlay put on them. Perhaps the camera she uses does have some sort of overlay. I mean, if Daily Motion, or Woo Globe presented this video, not the cutest thing ever, but a fairly good animation of a baby, people would be a lot less people would be impressed, but I don't think it would get half the attention as believing that this is genuinely a baby desperately trying to talk to its mother, because it isn't. Okay, we'll give you a couple of minutes of the audio and see if they tie in with the glitching out of this baby's mouth. Hang on.
Hello. Hi. Hi. Hi there.
Look at that mouth. I can't get over it. It's just so glitched.
What do you want to talk?
Anyway, but also worthy of keeping an eye just how square and blocky the mother's face is. I do understand. She said she took this. This isn't a recent video. This wasn't taken with the latest video cameras, but they still. I don't believe I've ever had a camera that gives me this effect. Maybe, perhaps it's just very low resolution. While the baby's up. Okay.
Oh, really? Really?
Judge for yourself. Are we just looking at clever CGI? Or is it actually, am I wrong, and it really is the cutest thing ever, as a baby with the same ears as Ariana Grande, Grimes, a whole load of them, Shrek as well, also Yoda, and I believe a demonic entity that was once drawn or written about by some Church of Satan member. Yeah, I'd have to mention a wonderful video by Taboo Conspiracy. Where he points out, I think it was Taboo Conspiracy or Founded Earth, I've certainly left links to it in the past, about the relevance of these kind of pointy, strange ears.
We got some things to say.
Greetings also to Nathan Oakley, always great to see you in the chat. Is this supposed to be a newborn? Well, good question. But unlike some of the newborns they show us, it doesn't lift its head up like on a couple of days.
Say mum. Mum. Mum.
See, at that point, yeah, the audio just doesn't tie in with what the baby's doing. I'm not sure if we can go back a second or two. Right, what are we on? 34.
just woken up. She was.
I don't know, judge for yourself. We could have a look on her Instagram account to see whether that is... Oh, speaking of cameras that give absolutely weird effects, we are going to have a look at this woman's Instagram account in a minute. And... let's see, but first I want to just see this. This is supposedly from Sky News. This is the quality of the video that a mainstream outlet like Sky News uses. Even though they've got a reporter asking him questions, which he responds to. Have you ever known a camera give you that effect, where it looks like someone's got a sheet of frosted glass in front of someone's face?
How are you doing? Nice to see you.
William, how are you feeling ahead of Saturday?
Good, thank you. If all goes well.
Can you see the delay as he talks? How you're feeling? He gives a direct response to this one single person in what I believe is supposed to be a big crowd of people that he's meeting. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say, look how big his face is in this image. This is one for the scrapbook, surely. Hang on, I got to do it. Let's bring up paint. Right. I don't actually know how to use paint. Yeah, considering how small his head is here. How come his face has suddenly grown? I suppose he's leaning in. Perhaps you could say it's perspective. I'm not sure. Let's get back to his... just how... it almost looks like it's been... Right. Yeah, the way images are created, like, there's 720p, which is, you've got interlaced. Yeah, the way the images are interlaced, as opposed to, you know what, progressive, that's where it's like a flip book. This is almost like they've done some very weird interlacing with the video, and it's just messed up. I cannot believe Sky went with this recording as a professional
How are you doing?
media company.
William, how are you feeling ahead of Saturday?
Good, thank you. If all goes well, good. Fingers crossed. Good weather as well. Yes, very exciting.
Yeah, terrible. I would say that is probably where... I mean, it's happening to everyone in the audience, so I would say, yeah, they probably just messed up the overlays on that one. Right, whose account were we going to look at? Oh, that's not the link. Oh, it just takes us back here. How did that happen?
Hi.
Right, hang on. While I'm trying to get this to load. No, just more of the same. More... I don't know. Is this a fake baby? It's another video from like Buzz Video. This one was from Woo Video or Woo Globe. And oh goodness. And they're always just kind of the same. Right, having a look at the chat. Yeah, and it says progressive scan, of course. Yeah, thanks. All that flickering, I would say, is down to them. Yeah, just doing some sort of weird mix. Jokerman says they're on a lot of drugs and plastic surgery. Perhaps, yeah. Perhaps these people do go through kind of... Yeah, I've mentioned the film The Devil's Double many times about someone that was supposedly forcibly turned into Saddam Hussein's son's double, and probably more likely what happens to the poor people who present for, you know, the people that stand in for like Prince Charles, for example. I imagine they're probably more forcefully recruited than we might be led to believe. Who knows? But yeah, don't doubt for 1 second Prince Charles doesn't have, and William do not have body doubles or even Maria points out the ears are big. Yeah, it seems to be, as I said in the introduction, one of their pledges, they have to show the demonic ears. And there's a difference between someone in public just having slightly pointy ears and the people we see on TV. It is almost like you cannot get on television unless your ears are kind of messed up or your jaw has been shaved off in a very crude fashion. It seems like they are the only people welcome. Oh, right, I went on to 100% viral videos. These are when I mentioned the media outlets in the introduction that put this together, create for what we call as an umbrella term, mainstream media. These are the companies that are putting this this out. Is it all CGI? Who knows? Maybe that is what they do. They don't go out and film raccoons high-fiving people in public. Let's see. Is it just more of their... Yeah. Do those eyes look a bit... I don't know. I'm going to leave a comment. I'm going to say... Good job on the CGI. Love it! Exclamation mark. Hopefully it goes up there. Who knows what these people are doing. There is my comment, by the way. By the way, I want to thank Nathan and Joker Man who are in the chat for shouting out this live stream yesterday. I know that Joker Man left a super chat in Nathan's live stream. So, yeah, thank you for giving it a nod. Yeah, I do want to have a look at a couple of channels tonight. In fact, this could be a good point in the stream to thank a couple of people for showing their support, and also reminding anyone if they like what they're watching tonight and want to hit the thumbs up, subscribing and sharing. It's always appreciated. Yeah, thanks of course to Linda Mack and Midnight Scribbler, otherwise known as Joker, for their support on Patreon. Also thanks to Skeptic936 and Nathan Oakley for contributing to our stream. There's links in the description, as I mentioned earlier, to any of the videos or tweets that we look at. You can also find a link to Patreon if you want to see what I do over there. Okay, back to the... Yeah, I said I wanted to look at a couple of channels, one of which was... Let me see, hang on, let me... Okay, we will... Yeah, we started about 10 minutes late today. I did actually have an excuse for that. I'll just load up the channels. Normally it's just poor not getting together, not getting ready in time. Today I actually... Oh, I won't bore you. I have been in a bit of agony. I have shared with... I've let you know when my ears have gone all, like, swollen up. Well, swelling has attacked me again, actually. Just while I wait for the channels I want to look at to load up. I'm going to show you a picture. Okay. I'll bring my display back up. Yeah, this is what my finger is doing at the moment. This is my middle finger. middle left finger. Now, as you can clearly see, I bite my nails. That is something I cannot help myself. Yeah, sorry if you're a bit squeamish, but this happened to me like about just under a week ago now, and it's got bigger. It goes up, it goes down, it throbs like mad. And about half an hour before the start of tonight's stream, I whacked it against a metal what do you call them, draining board or draining rack, and absolute agony. And once the sweats and the dizziness passed, I was able to get back ready, but it did delay me a bit, so apologies for that. Hopefully it'll heal. Joe, people will often, anyone I show, so get it looked at, don't be silly, it could do this, it could do that. I do constantly say I put my faith exclusively in our God-given immune system. I do not like passing over the job that my body can do perfectly well to the pharmaceutical industry. No thank you. By the way, this is the Chris Brown Project, a channel I came across through Joker Man, and I want to give him a mention because there's some excellent content on there. I'm going to put a link to this in the chat and the live stream. Sorry, yeah, in the description to tonight's live stream will be a link to this guy's channel. In fact, on Sunday I like to play original music, you know, not nothing that's too copyrighted. So as I've constantly said, we played Joker Man's old bands, a track from theirs. We've played JT33 music. We've played Johnny Roadstar, and yeah, I think this Sunday we'll probably hear a bit from this guy, very talented musician, and I would recommend giving his channel and content a look. He's on all sorts of different platforms. Bandcamp, I'd never seen this one before, but I picked up one of his tracks. Right, yeah, just we'll have a listen to this guy's tunes on Sunday, so that will be the next time I live stream. Yeah, that stream is a bit longer than tonight. Whereas, yeah, tonight I will be finishing no later than 9:45. But Sunday is slightly extended, so we like to listen to some tunes. I've done call-ins in the past as well, or open lines as I used to call them. I mentioned Michelle from Oz, who left the link about Elon Musk, about who appears in tonight's thumbnail. And she is, she's taking part in open lines. I am considering doing another one like this week, in the next, I'm not sure if I'd do it in the next Bobzee hour, or, as I said, I used to do it on Sundays in the past. We'll have to see how that plays out. But I will be opening up the stream and inviting anyone that wants to come on. And if you just want to say hello or say any thoughts or opinions, I always welcome you guys to tune in. Yeah, I've had some interesting chats with Mudlark Digging. No, let me think. Sunstar Thunder Lightning. We've had Robbo Max call in. Some Girls, who's a YouTuber. So some interesting chats, yeah. So I am gonna do one. The only thing is I have to dedicate the whole stream to it because I need to do it. Unless I can find a better way than StreamYard. I don't hate StreamYard. I just dislike the way it takes over your presentation, and you have to do it on their website. So if there's an easier way of doing open lines, then I'll take it. But failing that, I'll do it on StreamYard, in which is a very easy method for you guys. Just to click a link and you're able to join the stream. So yeah, that is something we will... I don't think I'll do it this Sunday, but as I said, Sunday's a much longer stream, and we'll see. But yeah, certainly within the next week, if not Sunday, then the next Bobzee Hour will be open lines, and I'll be welcoming you guys to come and share any thoughts, opinions, or just to say, hello Bobby, you're doing a brilliant job, keep it up, etc. Or the complete opposite, Bobby, you talk absolute nonsensical trash, mate. Whatever your outlook, the open lines is my way of getting someone to share the air time with. Yeah. Being incredibly entertaining for a whole hour has its challenges, so I always welcome people to come and share the burden, as it were. Yeah, another channel I want to look at, Jokerman, who's in the chat tonight. I've been fortunate enough to do some work with him on the content that he's put up. That is, something I offer out to people. If you need any tips or advice, or even help putting out your message, then by all means give us an email on bobbyzines@gmail.com, all lowercase, and I'm always happy to assist where I can. That is something I would be... Hang on, let's see. Yeah, I do like the idea of having a channel about content creation, about tips and advice. That would be something. But anyway, yeah, so we'll see. Yeah, I used to do that with my very first YouTube channel, was kind of tips and advice. But anyway, yeah, this guy's put out some good stuff. The latest one, I think I left a community post to that one. Yeah, this is his latest video. Again, I'll put a link in the chat, as it does have some of my my hand in the content. Right, if I put any of these links in the chat, I'm going to do exactly that right this second. Right, whatever. Yeah, we can look at the coronation. I know Mudlark's mentioned it a couple of times. Well, not mentioned. I did see. Did I open the link? There are some stories about Meghan and Harry, which we can which we'll glance at this evening. One of the things to come out of the coronation actually is new powers. Apparently, the police now have to stop anyone from opposing. Imagine being a source of power so kind of, unfairly backed, in that people are not allowed to protest anymore. It's madness. Of course, all the protests that seem to take place during events like the coronation always seem to be presented by these very well organised people. Not the typical, not the typical protest you would expect of people that are genuinely passionate. More people that are just very good at organising these get-togethers, as it were, knowing to put the right people in the right colour suits in the right places at the right time. Incredibly well organised. And on the back of that, turns out the police have new powers. So what a surprise, hey? Yeah, sorry if I missed anyone's comments in the chat. Mudlight says Jamie Lee Curtis looks like a man. She even has a male's name. Absolutely, got two of them, Jamie and Lee. Couldn't be much more of a hint than that, really, with some of them. Yeah, a lot of Hollywood actors. I think it's, by the way, look at Sunuk's ears. Can we see it? Do we see that? Is that what genuine human ears look like? I'm having a hard time buying it. You have to be the judge. judge of yourself. All I can say is these people would stick out like sore thumbs if you ever met them in real life. And speaking of sore thumbs, I've got a sore middle finger, but enough of that. We are gonna actually, as I say, these people always giving out obvious pledges of allegiance. Are we going to listen to this guy? I'm sorry, I can't do it. I cannot have this person dressed up with his phony ears a moment's airtime on this live stream. I know I've done it in, ironically, in some of our quiz nights. I've asked, like, what does he say next? Where he's telling a bunch of schoolboys that he's a coke addict, his actual words. Clearly deliberate. They knew what they were doing. It was completely scripted that he would tell these madness. Check it out for yourself. He is a collector of Coca-Cola memorabilia, apparently. Yeah, speaking of pledges of allegiance, one of the videos I made on my other channel, if we can find it. Right, I've not shared these links yet. I will put them in the live chat in the description of tonight's video. Yeah, but definitely 2 channels I recommend yelling out, along with Nathan Oakley, who I cannot speak highly enough of. A decent guy and a wonderful YouTuber as well. He's got a couple of channels, constantly got new content coming out. Definitely worth looking at Nathan's channel, who is one of the people I thank for their support to this stream. Right. Let me see. Where is... Yeah, I mentioned... Is Stu Peters controlled opposition? Do we know Stu Peters? Are you familiar with him? He is a name that came up. Here he is. I said, is he controlled opposition? My one and only reason for saying he is, you could argue, was that he did this symbol. And it did make me think, personally, myself, you know, as a... I'm not saying what he does and I do really comparable. This guy reads for a mainstream news organization, whereas what I'm saying is that cut and dry? Do you think because Stu Peters stood in front of a camera doing this symbol that he is showing his pledge of allegiance? I say yes, absolutely, but I can see how other scenarios could take place. For example, if the same, yeah, if you found yourself in a position where you were being offered what Stu Peters has been offered, where they're like, look, Stu, we're gonna make your, we're gonna pay you, dress you up, put you in makeup, have you sit in our chair, a nice, very healthy wage at the end of it. Something that makes his life absolutely comfortable. The only thing is, Stu, we would like you to come down to the studios with us one day. We're just going to take a few press shots and then we'll get these contract signs. We'll give you a nice, signing on bonus. You have reached the pinnacle, as it were, of what a journalist would aspire to. You've got your own Stu Peters show on, is it LBG or something? I don't know. It looks just like the News at 10 to me. But okay, yeah, so Stu comes down and takes his photograph with the on the day of signing the contract, and all they do, right, we just want a few press releases, a few press pictures of you that we can show to let everyone know what this great new content producer we've got just joined the our airwaves. So could we, for example, see you kneel down, and we want to just see you kneeling down and smiling, putting your thumb up at the camera. So you think, okay, yeah, I'll kneel down, put my thumb up, and then they say, oh, I don't know, pretend you're looking, pretend you're looking through not a magnifying glass, a magnifying glass, and you let them take this picture because you don't want to scupper your nice new job with this organisation. And then the next thing they say, oh, you can hear those people in the background, they're making a racket. Stu, you wouldn't mind just telling them to be quiet, would you? So you start shushing them, and then you realise that they've photographed you bending the knee, doing a one eye symbol, and also doing the sign of silence. And suddenly realised, wow, they've got images of me pledging my allegiance. And of course they say to you, right, this is what we're going to use. Do you say, stuff this nice, comfortable, comfortable new job that I could have had for the sake of a few pictures that they took of me? Very interesting how we could potentially find ourselves in these situations. I don't know. Would you be smart enough if you realised someone was asking you to take the knee, bend the knee to bail? Would you know that it's time to say, nope, not going to do this? I certainly hope so. Would that be a test? Would that be a test of your, I don't know if ethics is the right word, but your integrity? If someone said to me, for example, Bobby, we want you to join our channel. All you got to do is just take a picture of yourself covering one eye, for example. Make it look normal, make it look casual, just cover your eye. What would I do? Would that, yeah. And that is why, for example, mentioning, what is the chapter I read this morning of the book of Luke? Luke 1, was it Luke 1? The letter, maybe, and it mentions a very poignant, the letter of James. James 1 was today's, where it talks of, where are we? I'm not sure which translation this is. It asks, would God test you with evil? Can he test you with evil? Where is it? Unless it was in the previous yeah. Let no one say, God is tempting me, for God cannot be tempted by evil, nor will he tempt anyone. Each person is tempted when they're dragged away by their own evil desire. The translation I read didn't say evil, it was just that it said desires that entice people. Then, after desire is conceived, it gives birth to sin, and sin, when full grown, gives birth to death. So, going after our desires, for example, Stu Peters might desire that he's up there on a outlet which is very similar to the news at 10, whatever, his choice. But yeah, I think this is there is certainly more to, your integrity, and not, as I say, do not bow the knee to bail, because in these situations we can sometimes find ourselves in that. Anyway, right, we are nearly approaching the hour, so we are going to start winding down. Let me have a look at the live chat before we do. Actually, I am going to take this opportunity. Oh, Jeff Gashead's in the chat. Really good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. It says we live in a totally evil realm. Unfortunately, we do. And it is worth remembering that. It is a realm that just seems completely dedicated to lying, dragging you away with it. Blessed is the one who perseveres. This is James 1:12. Perseveres under trial. Having stood the test, you will receive the crown of life, which has been promised which the Lord has promised to those who love him. Yes, I am glad to get in a Bible verse today. Oh, you don't want to see that unpleasantness, do you? Hang on. Okay. Let's see. Who else is in the chat? Yeah, Jeff, Jokerman, Maria Ellender, Mudlight Digging Up the Thames, Nathan Oakley, Angela Porisky, for taking the time to comment in the chat tonight. It's really appreciate you tuning in. If anyone else wants to say hello before we go, although that is probably everyone from tonight. Right, we're not off just yet. I am going to keep up with the live chat, as well as remind you that I do 2, maybe 3 streams a week at the moment. I do try and do 3 as if I don't know if you call it a good week or a free week. I'll manage 3 streams, but at the moment it's much more likely that it will be on a Sunday, more or less guaranteed. Every Sunday 10 PM is my time to vent on YouTube, and I call that total mainstream annihilation because it is my attempt to annihilate the mainstream rubbish. Tuesdays, the Bobzee show is a bit hit and miss, unfortunately. I cannot guarantee that one's going to take place. However, my Thursday night Bobzee hours, I've done the last 12 now in succession, and as I said, I want to make the next one I do an open lines episode where if anyone wants to join the stream for even just 2 minutes, even just pop in and say, Bobby, I've been watching you for decades. Here is my opportunity to say thanks for the, thanks for the being on the ride with us, as it were. And you'll give me a chance to thank you for all your, whatever. Yeah, that will be next Thursday, I reckon, as I don't believe I will have organised it by Sunday. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see what pans out. But an open lines episode is coming soon. Let's see. Yeah, Jokerman mentions Jeff Gashead getting membership on Nathan Oakley's big channel. Yeah, you're a wonderfully generous supporter, Jokerman, and also, yeah, pleasure to have had some contact with you. As I mentioned, also Chris Brown, if he doesn't mind me using his full name, is that I will leave links in the chat. Let me do that now before I forget. Right, I got the live chat up now, and right, here is Chris Brown Project. Yeah, if you want to show your appreciation for tonight's stream, I do invite anyone to hit the thumbs up button before we sign out. Right, first link, this will also be in the description, is for Chris Brown Project. Yeah, the other channels we looked at was Jokerman and Nathan Oakley, so I'll certainly leave links to them, because annoyingly you can no longer access people's channel through the live chat. It's ridiculous. I should be able to click on like Nathan or Jokerman or Jeff or Maria or anyone's name. Do you know what, Jeff? Not only did you get a membership to Nathan Oakley's channel, you're also going to get a mod status on mine. Can I do mods? Add as a moderator. There you go. You can now share links in the chat, and yeah, just don't abuse the power. Don't let it go to your head. Right, Maria says, Bobby, look up how to make a bread poultice. It will draw out the infection. It's 100% natural. Thank you, Maria, for the information. Bread poultice. I'll certainly have a look at that. And Mudlight mentions waiting so long for treatment on the NHS that your immune system will make you recover before you go to a hospital appointment anyway. Yeah, I imagine if I phoned my doctor, I would like to... Oh, the doctor is not someone... I will not give over my recovery to them. I'm sorry. I'm blessed, absolutely blessed by God. We all are to have an immune system that can deal with problems. For example, an infection on the skin or anywhere. It looks awful. It looks horrific. But in my experience, displeasure and discomfort has never come faster than once I've taken their treatment plan. Not getting on it. That is when misery is at its foremost. Maria also says make a natural anti-inflammatory drink of milk, honey and 3 teaspoons of turmeric. Maria, this is really good information. Thank you. I want to... And Jokerman says butter and honey and milk. A taste of heaven. Yeah, that is. Jeff mentioned Spockers. Yeah, we see them all the time. Right, who else have I? Any other comments? Jokerman says, I've been watching you put some clothes on Dread. Wow, okay. Yeah, thank you all for taking the time. Thank you for all joining us this evening in the chat. It's really appreciated. Right, I was in the middle of sharing links, sorry. In case you haven't already got them, here is the link to Jokerman. We will be finishing in a few minutes. Right, and I also want to share a link to Nathan Oakley because definitely a brilliant channel worth checking out. Let me find it. Okay. Right, I do hope you can tune in Sunday night. Sabbath day begins tomorrow, and I always advise you observe the Sabbath day. Come on, you would not believe how enjoyable life is when you're no longer taking part in Saturday daytime. Right, third link in the live chat is Nathan Oakley's. If anyone else wants me to shout out anyone, I will. Maria's saying good night. Yeah, she knows I'm now at the point where I'm going to start rambling on for another 10 minutes if I don't close down pretty swiftly. So we are going to wrap up in a minute. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, Mudlight mentioned Jamie Lee Curtis earlier. We probably have looked at Jamie Lee. Let's see. Oh yeah, and also about Princess Anne blocking Harry's face. They will be, they may be subjects we can return to on Sunday. I do hope you can all join me then when we spend at least an hour and a half inspecting the mainstream media, giving it like a good thorough scrutinizing. It's what it needs, and do you know what? It does not stand up to it in my experience. These people are not worth listening to. However, they are such, I don't know about in your part of the world or in your life, if you're able to avoid this, then well done. But where it's everywhere. So, yeah, this is my opportunity to vent on it. I hope you can join us then. Okay, I'm going to start playing out with the music. Good night to everyone. Yeah, take care, Mudluck, and hope things are going well with you all. Night, Jokerman, Maria, Jeff, and Nathan, Angela. I don't know if you're still tuned in. I hope you are. If you are, well done for staying the course of the stream. And same to you, Jokerman. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Okay, I'm going to wish you all a wonderful night. And say, let me see, thank you all for tuning in. Oh yeah, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button before you leave and check me out over on Patreon if you want to. Okay, night all. Take care. Over and out.